What do you think is the role of an army of your country? The first we'll think is protection and safety, right? Seems like our governments think the opposite. Listen to this piece of news. Australian Defence Forces warfighting ability may soon be degraded by the increasing burden of responding to natural disasters and domestic crises, a parliamentary committee has warned. Don't you think something is missing here? Australian government is worried that fighting ability of Australian army could decrease because it has to help its population affected by natural disasters. Have you ever thought what is the true reason of defense? That very Australian government states that the goal of their defense services is to place the security and interest of our nation ahead of one's all. Don't these two statements contradict themselves? They're claiming that the primary goal is defense and isn't the protection of people from the most urgent threat, climate disasters, not the priority of security? And it's not only the Australian government that thinks and acts this way. Listen to the survival of fires on Lahaina, Hawaii, that engulfed the island and forced people to jump into the ocean to escape flames.
We're stuck. There was not even 911. For 5 days, the messages we were hearing is there is no 911. There's no emergency services in Lahaina. On a clear day from Lahaina, we can almost see Diamond Head, which is the island of Oahu, which is right where the largest naval base in the world is sitting. We could take a boat. They could have been here in 6 hours. 6 hours, and they never showed up. They never came. We knew planes couldn't land, we knew cars couldn't go, and we were just expecting to see a big Navy ship, a big Red Cross Navy ship that was there to help and take people and bring supplies, and it never showed up. We had the resources right there. If there was a war going on, if something was under attack, it would have been here in 3 hours, quicker, But when it comes to something like this, that's the question.
No one came. And this is the sad reality of today. Isn't it the army that should be the first to come to help people in a disaster? And if you think, why even we need armies to help us, you probably do not know about a dire shortage of rescuers countries are facing worldwide. In many European countries, the fire service is composed mostly of volunteers. For example, Austria, Germany, and Portugal. And despite growing number of wildfires, when it is clear that Europe needs more firefighters in the fire seasons than ever before, recently 10 European countries made cuts in the number of firefighting jobs. Of more than 1 million firefighters in the United States, 65% of them are volunteers. So, out of 773 billion the country spent on the military last year, it really doesn't find funds to cover the need in firefighters and rescuers. Another example, Colombia is already calling for international help in a battle against wildfires. But when natural disasters will continue to escalate, no international help will come. Because everyone will be thinking about the interests of their own country. And climate is the most real threat, which has already come, not some potential, hypothetical, or imagined threat. Tornadoes, fires, floods, earthquakes, storms take thousands of lives and affect millions already. Just one earthquake in Turkey and Syria in February last year killed over 58,000 people. Climate is the only enemy of the entire humanity, not those enemies politicians continuously create for us to keep us in fear. And soldiers are professionals, highly trained, unfortunately, just to take lives. But it is possible to retrain them to save lives. After all, that's essentially what drew them to become pros in this field. They wanted to become heroes, defend their homeland, and now they have the best opportunity to realize themselves. And isn't it a paradox when the Army of Australia finally fulfills this true purpose to protect people, help them in the aftermath of climate disasters? The Parliament is against? Isn't it the true face of politics today when they are openly against the security of people? Where is our voice? Isn't it our taxpayers' money we are paying for army? You, me, we are all paying this price. So why cannot we demand our own money, our resources to be spent finally for the right cause, our brothers to protect us instead of fighting against others? But without our support, without our desire to make it happen, it won't happen. Our demand for them to start saving us, to become heroes, much greater than all those Batmans, Spider-Mans, and similar hooligans, is the key. And a unified international rescue service is what can help us fulfill this goal. And it's possible only in the world uniting together in the face of one enemy. What is lacking to fulfill this is only your voice.